So let's go through this and do your final submission. Now, remember, you're going to be turning in an Illustrator file and a PDF, but let me show you how to do the PDF first. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new document. So I'm just going to do Command N as in Nancy for new. Then I'm going to go to print. I'm going to go to tabloid. I'm going to change this to landscape orientation. Awesome. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm going to make sure I know what folder I'm putting it in. I'm going to put it in my ill manifesto. And I'm just going to call this PM underscore final version, just so I have something that's different. I'm saving it as an Illustrator file. Awesome. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and I'm going to choose, again, the best one with the revisions based on the feedback and based on your own decision on what you feel needed to be changed the most. So again, take it off of your main board, group it, Command G, and do the same thing for all of your final versions. So I'm just holding down the Shift key, clicking with my black arrow. That's the regular selection tool. And I'm copying, Command C. Coming over here, going to zoom out, pressing Command minus. Command V as in Victor. We'll paste. And now I'm going to put these on here. Now, the key difference between the first one and the last one, last time you did this, is I don't need you to put the numbers on these, because this is going to be your own personal manifesto one. So this is not needed to be numbered for references. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight, so I'm going to put this in one spot, put this in another spot, and I'm going to highlight. I'm going to use the align panel over here, line those up. I'm also going to go in, let me close the glyphs. I'm also going to go in and do distribute spacing horizontally, so it gets an even amount of space on here. I do want this one to be nice and clean, so I'm going to left align that one, and I'm going to right align that one so that I leave this middle portion open. Now, what I want to add into this middle portion is I want to actually give you credit for doing this. Now, I'm going to print these out, but I'm going to give you these printouts if I can get my printer to actually do what I want it to do. So what I want to do is I want you to put in personal manifesto. And I also want you to put in your first name, last initial. Now you can fancy this up just like you've done with your other pieces so that it doesn't look bland and plain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this into several different pieces. There we go. Line that up. Maybe play around. Oops, looks like I've got extra space inside of that one. Double click on that, and we'll talk more again about area type versus point type. Change it to something else. Something like that. Try some different color. Oh, wow. Do not want that. It's a little dark, a little hard to read. That looks fine. All right. So something kind of like that, so that we have this 5 finalized versions and then something in there that has your name, personal manifesto, or the personal manifesto of Michael, or whatever, however you want to lay this out. I basically just want to get the word personal manifesto, and I want to get your first name in there. And then you're going to save it again. So Command S as in Sam for save. And then we're going to save it again. So I'm going to do save as. And this time I'm going to save it as a PDF. Also, make sure you put it in your manifesto folder. Hit save. Hit save. And the two versions that you're going to be turning in, pull this one over. There is your personal manifesto final version AI version and your personal manifesto final version PDF. So those are the two files that you will submit, and that is due today. As always, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm super excited to see these final versions of these. You've done a really great job so far.